Hi, my name is Kim Cabaron, the creator of Passageway, a place where we navigate Christian perspectives on holistic wellness. A warm welcome once again. There are few days in our lives that are guilt-free, and far too many of our days are filled with guilt. Now, life under a load of guilt is not the abundant life that Jesus came to give us. Guilt steals our joy, hinders our productivity, interrupts our peace, harms our relationships, and worst of all, makes us self-focused. Think about it. When you're feeling guilty, you're thinking about yourself. And I've learned that when I think about myself very much, it always leads to discouragement and despair. Have you lived with guilt so long that it has become your daily companion, and you no longer recognize its evil source and the harm that it causes? Little wonder that the enemy of our souls wields this weapon of guilt so broadly and with such effectiveness. He has long since recognized how easily we put up with guilt and how difficult it is for us to dump it. So if he can keep us guilt-ridden, he keeps us from doing all the good things God planned in advance for us to do, as we read in Ephesians chapter 2 verse 10. He steals our joy, and the joy of the Lord is our strength. It is not God's will for us to live in guilt. In Galatians chapter 5 verse 1, it says, "Stand fast therefore in the freedom by which Christ has made us free, and do not be entangled again with a yoke of bondage." Living with guilt is living with a yoke of bondage or slavery. It is allowing those feelings of guilt to choke the very life out of you. And Jesus came to set you free from this yoke. I wonder how many of our physical problems are caused by guilt, by a reluctance to repent and turn away from sin. It is often the cause of depression and despair. King David said, "My guilt has overwhelmed me, like a burden too heavy to bear." Guilt is too heavy for us too. Whether you harbor some huge guilt like David's, or just keep refusing to face the little stuff in your life that needs to be cleaned up, that guilt will eventually take its toll on you and cause some difficulties and problems in your lives, either mental, emotional, and physical suffering. King David describes the great relief that comes when guilt is eliminated by confession and forgiveness. In Psalms chapter 32 verses 1 to 5, King David said, "Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. Blessed is the man to whom the Lord does not impute iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no deceit. When I kept silent, my bones grew old, through my groaning all the day long. For day and night your hand was heavy upon me. My vitality was turned into the drought of summer. I acknowledge my sin to you, and my iniquity I have not hidden. I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave the iniquity of my sin." God will keep his hand heavy on you and me when there is guilt that needs to be confessed and forgiven, not to be cruel to us, but to restore our relationship with him and cleanse us, his dwelling place, and heal us. A blessed day. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.